Hey there, my fellow industrialists. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Frostlands. Episode 57, Furnace and Kiln Patio. Oh, there we go. Pick broke. That was the call for exit. Let's get on back. I didn't technically exhaust the mine. I think as a mental note, we can kind of remember, like, the chance of me finding iron here is very slim to none. Because I kind of got it all, probably, or near all of it. Do I have space to take the bucket? No. And not unless I throw something away. Or put the lantern in my offhand. It's just a bucket, though. Looks like... oh boy. Yeah, there's no wind. A question for you all. What part of the process to work on next? Hammer out, build the chutes. Build the chutes and chests, or chutes and hopper. I could mine quartz. I could collect flint and make... well, no, that doesn't make sense. Or, yeah, I don't know what else I could be doing. Process blooms. It would be by hand, so it would be annoying. But, there you go. And that's not where the poll should be. 2.5 minutes to vote on that. And the current priority right now is fire up the iron in the blooms. I hope the fire clay is done. Oh, there's actually one more thing I could have added to this list, so sorry, I'm going to make you revote. Build a rear balcony for the furnace and hive. Or furnace and kiln. With all of the, you know, if that's what you want. No, no, stop. Ugh. That was panic. I was like, what is the button? I don't want to sleep. I, like, virtually never sleep. Wow, I can't believe the wind is... it's spinning. But yeah, it's low wind. Time to smash. So we have lots of iron. I probably won't have to go iron mining for a long time, I'd imagine. Did I have a hematite? I don't have a hematite chest? Oh boy. Oh boy, that's a bit of a problem. I might want to make myself a crate for the iron, because yeah. No, not a crate trap. A crate. So that's a saw with just a bunch of boards around it. If I was a board, I'd be in wood material, right? I don't want to use the walnut. But I don't think I have enough birch. No, I don't have enough birch. I don't want to use the walnut because my my ship or boat is walnut. I could use oak. Yeah, maybe I'll just do the oak. Okay, 1,028 nuggets of hematite in there. Very efficient storage, I think. My fire bricks. No! I never set it on fire! Oh my god. Oh, okay. Well, my fire bricks aren't ready. For, you know, unforeseen reasons. Completely out of my control entirely. Oh my god. All right, let's make one more 400 copper while I'm standing here. Yeah, the Hindu sign distracted you from the fact that I never lit it. That's that would be true. Well, I have the hematite nuggets here for the last one measured out, so I don't have to grab them again. No. Might as well fire these up, I guess. I mean, there's no sense in waiting. So, let's just do that. Oh, I'm bad at counting. I meant to grab 18. Grab 16. And it looks like building the balcony for the furnace and the kiln is the popular option. So there's a lot of infrastructure that I can do in preparation for that project. And I'll start working on that in a minute. Now, the only issue that I have is this here is going to be in the way. But the idea that I had is that this will walk out to both of them on either side. So we'll have on one side kiln, one side the furnace. And I'm going to leave this engaged so that I can hear if and when the wind power comes back. Alright, those are all fired up. This got to temp, so let's cook it So yeah, one more copper pour, and then I'll start building. You are disappointing, wind. Maybe it'll pick back up in the morning or something. But I think it's pretty well established. As soon as I have good wind, I should use it. Because it's fickle. Fickle, fickle, fickle. So for those that have never built the refractory furnace or the beehive kiln before, I'll let you in on a little secret, which is that most of the structure that you are required to build is above ground, but there are below ground elements. And the below ground elements don't have build requirements. So in the process of preparing the oh, I see why those were there. In the process of preparing the area, I intend to also build the below ground elements as well, so that it's just ready to go, more or less. You know, once I have the refractory bricks. Stone materials, cobblestone. Now I could use like path blocks, but I'm not walking back here enough to care for that. I'm gonna fill these in because we're not gonna have our kilns in here, and especially if I have a beehive kiln. Although beehive kilns are kind of expensive to fire up, so even if we have a beehive kiln, maybe it does make sense to still use regular pit kilns for small scope project. Beehive kilns, if you're wondering, there's a guide here, but if you're wondering, they're very, very large kilns where the inside area is like a 3x4 or 3x3, allowing you to fire a lot of things at once. But it's also made of refractory bricks, and refractory bricks break, so it's mostly for projects where you are going to be building a large a large brick structure. So if you wanted to build a brick house, you would use a beehive kiln because it's going to be more economical to stack the beehive kiln with, like, you know, multiple stacks high of bricks than it is to fire in pit kilns one at a time. Because the fuel for pit kilns, being grass, sticks, and some sort of fuel, is harder to mass supply in some cases than a beehive kiln, which just requires 9 units of fuel, and it doesn't care what kind of units. So you could just cut down a tree, have a bunch of firewood, line 9 units of firewood underneath the kiln, and that's enough to fire it. Okay, we wanted to make cobblestone. You see I shun staircase blocks? I don't shun anything. I don't care to use... I'm not much of a builder. Maybe is the most apt way to put it. So if you see me forget to use a certain kind of block, there's probably not a reason for it. It's just... I just don't have it in my mind to do that. So with the kilns themselves being a 5x5, I think what I'll do is have one of them, the starting door, be here, right? Because this is 5 wide, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then another starting door here, so that they're side by side. They're not exactly the same size, but they're close enough that that it will look nice that way. So if you can imagine, there'd be a cobblestone pathway separating them, so you have the furnace and the kiln, or the kiln and the furnace, one way or the other. Symmetrical when you come out. Which means that if we want to service them from their fuel underneath, this area probably makes sense to have it be stairs that descend, not the cobblestone that I just put in. And then on top of that, it makes sense to have a walking path. And again, I'm going to be removing some of this cobblestone, but a walking path all the way around so that we can service the area without falling to our doom. So part of this project, I would say, is going to be building up a bit of a balcony here and then maybe like fencing or something like that so that we can walk around the project without, you know, falling to our death. So the dirt blocks are just sort of roughly where the things are going to be built. Yes, this is already only 4 wide. Math is apparently very hard for me today. So you'd have to kind of visualize what it will eventually look like, but that's the concept. And then the pit underneath is going to have to go down a few tiles. 2 tiles at least for our head height. And we'll start that here. And this is so that the fuels underneath the furnace and the kiln can be, you know, added to or whatever we need to do to them. And I can actually build them out now because they don't need to be refractory brick. Man, this is a real pleasure of a pick to use. It's nice. And one of the other things I could do is to make the furnace, or the coffin. So part of the cementation furnace is a coffin. These things, which require 3 solid blocks, a chisel, and a hammer, and you need 2 of them. I'd rather not place them right now. I'd rather place the door first to then see the pattern thereafter. But we could at least build the coffin structure kind of ahead of time. So what I might end up doing is just, this is, I'm not going to do the underground until I have a better idea of the structure that we need. But what I can do is add some dirt scaffolding for this side so that it's not, so it's a little bit easier to build once we have a concept of what we want to build down here. Which means, I think, grabbing my shovel and digging up some dirt. Yeah, making it 3 deep, less claustrophobic. That was the idea that I had. Sub Hobo, thank you for the sub. And the follow. And Maxu, did I miss your resub? Because it's 3.5 years. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you for the resub. So something like that. And then because falling to my death feels bad, I'm going to make this extra wide. I hope these are the right dimensions. I'm kind of going off of memory here, but yeah, extra wide so that we don't fall. see. Maybe that's enough. And yeah, I'll put in some sort of fence. I have so many fences back in my base. So fences are not going to be hard to do, because I made like 15 times more than I needed for past projects. Nice. So this part will be filled in once that kiln's done with it firing. So this will be filled in eventually. Yeah, so I kind of like the platform, and I do intend to like dig away at the dirt here so that both the view isn't ruined and also any monsters that spawn here don't have easy access to throw stuff at me. I don't know about you, but I don't really like to get shot by Botorn or stoned by drifters. Not a masochist in that way. One thing I realized is as I dig this away, I'm not going to be able to get back up very easily. Problem for future me. I can always billy goat my way down. Wind check still sucks. Alright, this is just a temporary dirt platform so that I can work from below without falling. It might be semi-permanent. I'm not sure. That's to be determined. For when we have the furnace door or the beehive kiln door. Alright, that's a good working surface. Look at the drop. Not sheer, but it's pretty bad. Falling here would be uncomfortable. Temporary structures tend to be permanent? Yeah, I know. That's why I said it is semi-permanent. I can't guarantee that I'll remove them. If they serve the purpose that I want them to serve, they'll probably stick around for a while. So I'm not doing a complete job of like trimming back all the dirt. But as long as there's kind of once it's built, there will be a bit of an illusion of there isn't more stuff out here. It's just like me and my tower. So it's kind of the aesthetic I'm going for, in other words. All right, let's put the fences in and then see about doing some other tasks. I can't believe my wind luck. Like, for real. It just grinds to a halt. It's like, of course it does. Of course it does. So, maple fences. That's what's going in. I also forgot about this stuff. So, contains solidified copper. Yep, that would be my fault. Get that warm again. Got too distracted. Rammed earth looks better than compressed dirt. I agree. It doesn't look so bad. I didn't want it to be cobble necessarily because I can move compressed dirt much more easily. Okay. Well, I can't put it here, but, you know, you get the idea. I like it. I think, despite the fact that it's kind of like mind-numbing in terms of work, my next thing I'm going to do is the pulverizer chute system. If we get more flax, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. Come on. Reheat. Why is the oh yeah, the temperature's going down? What? Excuse me. Oh, I'm stupid. It was on the wrong side of the fire pot. Or fireplace. Dumb. There we go. It's crazy to think that it was like in the fire, but in the wrong part of the fire. And it's like, yeah, it doesn't count. So, the next task is build the chute system for the pulverizer. I was hoping not to have to do this by hand, but I can't be, you know, I'm just going to do it anyway. So the first thing I'm going to do is the chutes themselves, which isn't helped with the Hellhammer anyway. But let's see if I can get the Hellhammer. Yeah, there we go. In a higher up position. Oh! No, never mind. Wishful thinking. Thought for a moment it was gonna move, but it did not. Yeah, I think this will look really nice when it's done. I'm going to keep it pretty simple. But already it's pretty decent. And then I think because the structures are so tall, I'll be able to see them. I think I'll be able to see the smokestacks through this top window here. It's a little unfortunate that my storage wall is here, kind of blocking my view of it and not like the other directions, cardinal directions, but so be it. Belhar, thank you for the resub. Okay, so I'm making a chute section, which is something, it's basically like a, more or less the same pattern as like the hoop for the shield, sorta. I hope I'm allowed to split. I'll learn the hard way if I can't. I didn't, like, count voxels here. Yeah, it should be fine. Unlike some other recipes, it's not so fussy that, like, splitting one and you're done. There we go. It's a better vantage point. Okay, so the shoot section's done. You just need to trim the fat. And what I'm working on here is the elbow shoot, which is 2 shoot sections. So this other one is going to also be a shoot section. I was saving the copper plates for last, hoping that, like, wind would have mercy on me. I mean, I doubt it will, but you never know. It actually looks like it might have picked up a bit. Let's see if I'm lucky. I'll re-engage the clutch and pray. Okay, so we got the 2 shoot section. Oh no, this one's still hot. Good throw, dude. And the bloomeries are done. All the blooms are done. Nope. Come on, hammer, get out of the way. There we go. So here is the elbow shoot. And then the next thing we're going to need is the plates. So for plates, we're going to need 3 plates for the hopper. Not chopper. Hopper. So 3 plates, which is 6 ingots. I'll heat 2 up at a time, just because I think it will take me a while to... Actually, the ones that just came out of the ingots are hardened but hot, so they're a bit easier to warm up. Outside temperature, -9. So frustrating. And with 2 chests, an elbow, and a hopper, we'll be able to sort of automate the pulverizer to do mass batch pulverizing, which is going to make refractory bricks so much easier to make. That, and I'll have to figure out the meta way to make flint. I probably could Google it, but I kind of want to figure it out myself. Okay, copper plate. I was hopeful. It's obviously not working. But it is engaged. So if the wind does pick up, the game can have a little mercy on me and make hammer time a little easier to manage. It's not terrible, though. As long as I know I'm not making a full set of armor this way, right? You wonder why I took the big wheel off? So if I added the big wheel in, think of the big wheel as an accelerator. So you trade speed for torque. So if I had the big wheel in right now, the Helve Hammer might work, but it would work like one clang every 10 seconds or something like that. And functionally speaking, if you're not hammering fast enough that you don't have to reheat things on the forge, it's probably not worth using, right? If I have to hammer and then reheat it and then hammer and reheat it, I might as well just hammer by hand to make it faster. So that's why I took out the big wheel. The big wheel essentially takes the speed and turns it into torque, but like at a ratio of like 5-to-1, or I think it's 5-to-1. So it's really, really nice when you have a lot of speed, or when you're trying to run multiple things off of one wheel, because... But I took it off because generally when the wind is up in the 50% range, I've got enough wind power to have the Helve Hammer go fast. Essentially, that was a long-winded explanation of I prefer speed over power, because sometimes it's so slow, having it be powerful and almost never strike isn't worth it. Would be nice to have one more anvil? Sure. But no. I mean, the material cost to make another anvil for convenience, it's 900 units of metal. And I don't... The only amount... I wouldn't want to make a iron anvil by hand, because that takes forever. And I don't have a crucible metal that is worth it. Because if I made a copper hammer, I'd only be able to work bronze on it, because whatever metal you're working on anvil, your anvil has to be a certain tier. So the iron anvil is tier 3, so that means I can work tier 4 metals, i.e. steel, on it. But I would need at least a tin bronze anvil to make it worth it, but I don't have tin, so that doesn't make sense to me, to be blunt. If I had a bunch of tin in storage, I could consider it, though. Because melting 900 units of tin bronze into a mold I already have is, like, no effort at all. But if I wanted a tin bronze anvil, I'd have to go looking for tin, and I have no idea where tin is. I don't have any leads on tin. I don't have any prospecting spots that have good cassiterite. So I would need to go prospecting. You know, it could potentially be the rest of the stream just for an anvil that I don't necessarily need. Does that make sense? I did have a tin bronze anvil at one point, and I broke it up. Yeah. And used the tin bronze for other things. Oops. And no regrets there. I mean, it's a little annoying to have to work around the Helve Hammer. But if I was annoyed enough, I could just break the Helve Hammer. It's not like breaking it down, you know, destroys the components. So I could remove it. Or, even more easily, I could just move the anvil. Right? I could move the anvil to, like, over here and not have it in the way. Maybe I'll do that for the next one. It just doesn't really bother me that much. The only thing that really bothers me is the height. I wish the floor was a little higher around the anvil, so it's easier to get more of a bird's eye vantage on it. Oh, plate number 2 of 3. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Frostlands, which originally streamed live on Twitch January 9th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow Vintage Story players.